Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. I'm the Mysterious JG, and the game really wants us to go deal with Doctor Mobius. I didn't bother to come in here and do my off-screening with the inventory management I was going to do. And I'm carrying enough weight that I think I must have picked up some stuff. Oh. So this is also a weapon, but it's a melee weapon. Bonus damage versus robotics power armor. And it does 76 damage. This does 68, although it's got a higher damage per second. So I guess you swing it faster? $140 damage per second? 86. I don't really get it, but what the hell. I'll put away the I will put this away for now and hope that doesn't turn out to be a huge mistake. I will guess I gotta vaguely keep an eye out for her. I mean, what is it that caused my what am I carrying around that's... Well, I got 2 blank magazines. I guess I got recipes for building skill books now? Is that a thing that happened? Blank magazine to book. Or I can do that with 2. 2 pre-war books added. Now if I talk to this thing...
Greetings, citizen.
I have some material for your process.
Fantastic, citizen. Just... Won't that keep...
Process books into what? 2 blank books. Okay, so I can go back and forth between... So this basically makes that perk not mean anything. Oh, they were blank magazines, now they're blank books. Blank magazine to book. Boxing skill magazine. Oh, requires wonder glue. Those are the temporary increases, not the permanent increases. I'm looking to see if you can make the... Those are the magazines. I already had a way to do that. Is there a way that I can get the permanent boosts? Yeah, skill book. I got the recipe. I need... Oh, you need a bunch of blank books. Okay, well, it's still something you could do. You could collect a bunch of, you know, burned books. They're quite common in certain dungeons, I guess, for lack of a better term. And yeah, you could. So you could use this as a way to max out skills for those specific areas. Not really that concerned about it now. I've got everything. Almost everything's at 80 or above. It would be vaguely worth it with unarmed, but I'm not using unarmed, so. Yeah. So I don't have a lot of capacity to carry stuff anymore. And if I was going to do anything about that, I would want to do it over here. One of the things that has me spoiled in Fallout 4 is that your companions, which happens in this game too, can carry stuff for you. So even though I'm associating with Fallout 4 because in Fallout 4, when I'm out screening, I have a companion. And these DLCs have not given me that luxury. So what the hell am I carrying that's so friggin' heavy? 9 pounds worth of 357 rounds, but that's a type of ammo I use with that dog gun. So no, this is not, well, other than energy cells. 21 pounds worth of energy cells. £15 pounds worth of microfusion cells. How much do I care, though? That's heavy. This gun's pretty heavy. It uses the 357 Magnum, which is one of the ones that I've got a lot of. Oh, what the hell? I'm not gonna worry myself about it. Don't know how much loot we'll be picking up in this last area anyway. Now that's something I could have been using perks on, plus 50 pounds of carrying capacity. You could use 2 perks on it, add 100. You could train in strength. I've gone through the entire LP without really ever having strength as a main feature of my build, though. So it would be pretty weird to change it up now. Come on, quests. Travel to the Forbidden Zone Dome. There will be more. I'm sure that once we get there, there'll be more stuff. I'm guessing that when we actually encounter Doctor Mobius, there'll be more to it than just he's a crazy enemy guy. Because certainly the guys that we're fighting for are pretty messed up too. I'm wondering if we'll find out a little bit more of the backstory of what happened here. Or he could just be nuts. We could find out based on terminals what the backstory is. And him just be nuts. What? Come on. What? I fast traveled into a bunch of these guys? I already cleared this place for one thing. So this is kind of bull. Yes, more of them would pop out, but I wouldn't... like, fast travel would not take me to being right in the middle of fighting a bunch of them. This is... I was about to say, it didn't seem like it was doing as good as my other melee weapons had done. Am I quite sure that this thing is better than what I had been using? Get away from it. Now these Mark V Bs, I think, are the biggest ones. Well, we'll see when we get into the headquarters, but... I think we were missing dialogue between the brains. Okay. Of course, I don't know how to repair this antenna. That's something to bear in mind. X-42 Robo Warfare Facility. And 42 is, of course, the answer to the question of life, the universe, and everything. So that's nice. Whoa. X-42 Giant Robo-Scorpion is alive! Awaken my pet! Initiate your search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is Mobius! Drone control terminal. Test log. The Saturnite armor plating on the giant Robo-Scorpion has exceeded the expectations mostly. While it's virtually impervious to small amounts of fire, a sonic emitter that Parsons brought in, it managed to fry several of the prototype subsystems. We'll have to look into the improved EMP shielding for the next prototype. On a more positive note, the prototype's new atomic laser is performing admirably. Some such radiation is left behind after the weapon discharges. It may be necessary to requisition more radiation suits and meds as a precaution. Let's see. Okay. Sonic emitter. Target known effectiveness log. Constant improvements to the giant Robo-Scorpion has rendered the Protectron models we've been using as a hostile communist forces largely ineffective. At this stage, they're little more than distractions.
Oh, it looks like the target drones got activated and... Oh, how cute! They're engaging the X-42 Giant Robo-Scorpion.
Sonic emitter.
See the shrapnel fly.
Okay, so the sonic emitter is this. Apparently it's weak against this.
Crush them with your pincers!
The giant rad Robo-Scorpion. Now, I kind of knew this was coming. Apparently this thing is like quasi-invulnerable to regular old attacks. Not really taking damage, is it? Maybe there's some other terminal I should be messing with? Well, there's another terminal in here. Power regulation. Backup generator log. The new atomic laser is putting an incredible strain on the giant Robo-Scorpion's generator. Damn thing shut down right in the middle of weapons testing. I pushed reducing lasers output by 25%. Instead, they slapped a backup generator on the Scorpion. Dangerous, if you ask me. Systems weren't designed to handle the power from two systems at once, and if some rookie tech fires up the backup generator too early... this is our plot way of taking this thing out. Well, you know what? Just in case... Because I'll have to read up later on whether anything special happens if you defeat the Robo-Scorpion through conventional means, but I believe this is the way to, like, cheat hacks to beat the Scorpion. Activating backup generate power at this stage can damage or destroy the prototype. Yes, I want that.
Let's make this sporty.
It's still going? Okay, so there you go. We saved... I'm pretty sure that wasn't me beating it normal styles. I'm pretty sure that was cheat hacks. So how do I get out of here now? Because this has got to be pretty close to the end of this DLC, right? With another laser. So you can skirt around up here doing various things, but I guess I kind of got lucky. I went the right direction the first time. Here's an audio sample. You have found a recalibration for the jukebox. Oh man, there's more samples? Well, at this point, we're here in the frickin' Forbidden Dome. I think we gotta try to finish this. Unless there's a whole lot more combat to go in here. Oh, this is his room. This has got to be it. It looks like theirs, only different. Oh, he is hanging around. What's up, Doctor Mobius?
Hmm? Yo, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days.
Hmm?
You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely.
Oh, he's in pretty poor repair. Is that better?
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat?
I'll save it for later.
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-terrific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though. Especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis.
So you are pretty much
using the
nuts.
dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end.
You aren't exactly what I was expecting.
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Well, I guess we can't tell him. I'm wondering now, does it turn out that all the messages from the Robo-Scorpions are pre-recorded? Why'd you steal my brain?
Oh, a variety of reasons. You're something of a homily. Anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way.
Yeah, he's losing it.
You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition.
I think we can. I want my brain so I can leave. Why is that a problem?
I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh, well.
I was curious about some things.
Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
I can't fix your monitor, but if you're getting ghost receptions, I can fix that.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better.
Well, we're helping, Doctor Mobius.
Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon Mentats break.
Okay, so there's some points there. You don't seem aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a
Kind of an interesting idea. What would drugs do to a brain that's hooked up to a machine?
As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
What purpose?
I find things... Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting.
Dessert.
How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
It sounds like you built the Robo-Scorpions issued threats to keep the think tank occupied.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the reasons better than I do.
Everything you've told me doesn't add up. Your plan, even your name, Mobius. Sounds like you forgot your master plan. Surprised you remember your own name. Yeah, I mean, you can kill him, but I'm pretty sure there should be a way out of that.
Doctor Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one.
Oh, is he going to tell us about what they were like before this happened?
As real as you or I. Although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation.
You've been talking to my brain?
Someone's been watching
without me there?
too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me.
Yeah, I think so.
I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden.
Forbidden
As
zone.
for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
Recursion loop. Okay, well, first of all, I never made a reference to the fact that I will march into the Forbidden Dome. Second, recursion loop. Yeah, no, because I already made the comment, and Old Dragon came back and deciphered a few of them, and I deciphered the rest of the wiki. All of their names are, like, he's Mobius, there's a Mobius strip. Their names are all references to infinity. So now, is he saying that he reprogrammed them into a recursion loop, or he reprogrammed all of them into a recursion loop, which basically means that they're all programmed to continue a cycle and not to progress. And a lot of what they've said suggests that they've been researching stuff but not advancing for a long time. So I'm just kind of figuring out as we go, but you reprogram their names as part of a recursion loop. What, to trap their processors?
Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
Shit. So, okay, he trapped them. Why did you trap them? So this insanity, all this insanity is because of you. A recursion loop is designed to prevent the flow of information, so why did you trap them is the simplest question.
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it.
So why doesn't he want them getting out?
I suspect I have plan C's in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. Probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several plan Bs in case the A's fail.
Klein, Mobius, O is a circle, 8's an infinity symbol. They're all loops, I get it. But what I'm wondering is, why doesn't he want them getting out? Now the answer might be pretty obvious. I mean, they're going around doing they were doing experiments not just on interned Chinese, which is, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but they went from that to doing experiments on American citizens as part of, like, not that American citizens are... I guess what I'm getting at is that in the Fallout universe of getting ready for a war with China, I can understand in a dark sort of way they start capturing Chinese or turning Chinese and experimenting on them. It's not good. But then doing that to just regular, American citizens with no connection to the enemy is a little extra step of dark and weird. So yes, maybe that's simple explanation. Why aren't you letting them get out? Is that they would be, bad things would happen. But still, I want to hear what Mobius thinks of this.
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's
So there goes my
here.
theory that if we could understand 8, he actually makes more sense than the rest.
Geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world. Here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quiet professional.
That's kind of an asshole thing to do to your friends. Minor detail, but a snake devouring its own tail is Ouroboros, not Ouroboros. I'll get some
Really?
experience point.
It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do.
I want to know, I kind of want to go back to that's an asshole thing to do to your friends. Why terrorize them? I understand why you sent the threats and the Robo-Scorpion army.
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they
because
perceived.
they couldn't come to grips with the fact that these people had come in. And they couldn't understand the... Yeah, okay, this makes more sense now. They couldn't understand the notion that the cazadors and stuff have spread outside the big empty. Because I just thought they were just being silly, that these big smart guys, but they don't... But no, it's actually part of the plot. They were, like, programmed not to deal with the idea of an outside. Oh, this is kind of messed up. What if I go back and tell them? Must have been other sides of a larger world. Yeah, there were other... This is what I was wondering. There were other visitors. Why am I different?
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor.
One of the visitors freaking attacked them.
You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
The bullet that went into my brain, Doc Mitchell tried to patch me up. A cranial injury from the attack outside Good Springs.
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the auto-dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem. And the brain extraction technology, for once, worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial cells into hosts to slip past
He doesn't want them getting back into human bodies, I guess.
And once they're off the reservation...
We'll need to call in the cavalry. Once they're off the reservation, that's... interesting. Interesting questions being posed by Doctor Mobius, but unfortunately we have to call it a video. When we come back, folks, we'll talk further with Doctor Mobius. And I can't help but feel we got to be pretty close to the end of this DLC, unless Mobius is about to give us a quest to stop the guys that we had been working for. Could be, folks, although it would kind of wreck the idea that we built a little home base, like, right down the hall from the think tank. I guess we'll find out next time. I'm the Mysterious AG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.